Welcome back to the Healing Space. I'm Maya Soul. Today's episode is called Disappointment Comes from Unspoken Expectations. One of the greatest sources of pain in relationships isn't always betrayal. It isn't always rejection. And it isn't always a lack of love. Sometimes it's the expectation we create in our minds that were never communicated out loud. We expect people to know what we need. We expect them to love us the way we love them. We expect them to notice what hurts us. We expect them to show up the way we would. And when they don't, we're left disappointed. Let's talk about it. Many of us have been hurt by expectations we never voiced. We assumed people would automatically know and understand our needs. We assumed our actions would teach them. We assumed our love would be enough of an example. But people are not mind readers. And sometimes the expectations we place on others exist only inside our heads. We expect people to prioritize us, respect us, support us, celebrate us, check on us, yet we've never clearly communicated what we need. Then when those expectations aren't met, disappointment enters the room. Imagine this. You always go all out for people's birthdays. You buy gifts to congratulate, send thoughtful messages, plan surprises, make people feel special. But when you're in need, nobody shows up for you. How could this be? The people you've spent years celebrating barely acknowledge it. Maybe they send a quick text. Maybe they forget completely. You're crushed. Why? Because you expected them to love you the way you love them. The painful reality is they may never have viewed birthdays the same way you do. Your expectation was based on your heart, not theirs. Many people create what I call a silent contract. The contract says, if I do this for you, you'll eventually do it for me. If I support you, you'll support me. If I remember your needs, you'll remember mine. I remain loyal. You'll remain loyal too. The problem is, the other person never agreed to that contract. They may not even know it exists. And that's where disappointment begins. When we're holding people accountable to expectation they never knew we had. Let's talk relationships. A woman who checks on her partner every day. She sends encouraging messages. She cooks. She listens. She supports his dreams. She makes him feel valued. But secretly, she's waiting for him to do the same. She never tells him how important those things are to her. She simply expects him to know. Months later, she feels neglected, unappreciated, alone. And while some of his behavior may absolutely be unhealthy, part of the disappointment comes from expectations that were never communicated. Healthy relationships require communication, not assumptions. Many people don't communicate the expectation because they're afraid. Afraid of sounding needy. Afraid of asking for too much. Afraid of rejection. Afraid the other person won't meet the expectation. So instead of communicating, we hope. We hint, we assume a night, and eventually we become resentful. Not because our needs weren't important, but because we expected people to discover them without our help. The truth is, people can only meet expectations they understand. Healthy relationships aren't built on guessing. They're built on communication. The healthiest thing you can say is, this is important to me. This is what I need. This is how I feel loved. This behavior hurts me. When expectations remain unspoken, disappointment becomes almost inevitable. Have you communicated your needs, or have you simply hoped people would figure them out? And unfortunately, expectations that are never communicated often become disappointments. So, before we end today's episode, I want you to think about something. Have you clearly communicated your needs? Or are you silently holding people accountable to expectations they've never heard? Because in part two, we're going to talk about the difference between unspoken expectations and ignored needs. And trust me, those are not the same thing. I'm Maya Saul. Keep healing, keep growing, and most importantly, keep choosing you.